Okay, look, today we're looking at a story that honestly feels like it was ripped right out of a Hollywood movie script. We are breaking down Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and I want you to really lean in for this one, because the sheer drama, the tension, and the ultimate redemption art we just witnessed on the court between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, well, it's absolutely phenomenal. The Knicks were defending their home court, carrying just the weight of massive expectations, and what unfolded was a true clash of wills. So, let's dive right into this. 1999. Wow, that is not just a year, you guys. That is an entire generation of waiting. Think about it. 1999 was the very last time the New York Knicks made the NBA Finals, where they eventually fell to the San Antonio Spurs. But now, with a commanding 2-0 series lead over the Cavaliers, the Knicks are literally halfway to ending that massive drought. You can just feel the stakes radiating off this history. Sure, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second straight year, but they haven't tasted the ultimate championship stage since the end of the 20th century. Taking a 2-0 lead in a conference final, man, it isn't just a win. It is a massive high-energy statement to the whole league that the ghosts of 1999 might finally be put to rest.
And honestly, you could literally hear that realization echoing through the arena. Knicks in 4, Knicks in 4. That was the roaring, deafening energy of the Madison Square Garden crowd in the final minute of the game. The Knicks didn't just edge out a win here, they delivered a crushing 109-93 victory. The emotional high was just so intense, and the lead so absolutely secure, that these fans were chanting this battle cry long after the starters had already sat down on the bench. The crowd completely took over the building, cementing a truly historic night for New York basketball.
And this momentum, it's already rewriting the history books. 9. Now, that isn't just some random statistic. This 109-93 victory marks the Knicks' 9th straight playoff win. Honestly, that's just incredible. To put that into perspective for a second, they're now only the 13th team in the entire history of the NBA to win 9 straight games in a single playoff run. And get this, of the previous 12 teams to pull that off, only one of them, the 2011-2012 Spurs, actually failed to make the finals. Plus, this is the longest postseason winning streak the NBA has seen since the Boston Celtics won 10 straight on their way to the 2024 championship. The momentum here is just staggering.
But, to really understand this win, we've got to look at the gritty, tense reality of how the game actually started. Josh Hart was visibly frustrated, like literally biting his jersey in frustration after missing his 3rd straight three-pointer early in the game. You could just feel the heavy tension. I mean, he was bouncing the ball down hard in frustration 3 separate times. See, the Cavaliers had a very specific defensive strategy. They were daring Josh Hart to shoot from long range, leaving him open on purpose. And remember, in Game 1, Hart was actually benched during the Knicks rally. He played only 3 combined minutes in the 4th quarter and overtime. So missing his first 3 shots in Game 2, while the defense intentionally ignored him, man, that created an almost suffocating pressure.
But here is the sheer willpower of his turnaround. Coming into this, he was shooting a dismal 26.7% from three-point range in the early playoffs. The Cavaliers looked at that data and basically bet their entire game plan on it. But Hart, he didn't stop shooting. He pushed right through that crushing frustration we just talked about, he kept firing, and he finished the game shooting 5 for 11 from deep. That is an incredible 45.4% for the night. He absolutely torched the very defensive strategy that was designed to expose him. He didn't just redeem his game on benching, he completely shattered Cleveland's game plan into a million pieces.
And that leads us to the absolute turning point of the game. Just 2 nights after needing a massive comeback, the Knicks decided to seize total control in the 3rd quarter. In minute 1, the Cavs actually tie the game up. It's totally neck and neck. But then, minute 2 happens. Jalen Brunson hits a massive opening three-pointer, and boom, the floodgates open, triggering a jaw-dropping 18-0 run. And by minute 5, who else but Josh Hart caps off the run with back-to-back three-pointers, blowing the score completely wide open to 71-53. The pace, the execution, the Knicks just hit this extra gear that Cleveland simply could not keep up with, and they broke the game wide open in just a matter of minutes.
And looking at the numbers brilliantly illustrates exactly how they got it done. It was an incredibly balanced, just overwhelming offensive output from New York. Josh Hart led the charge with 26 points, which, by the way, is a playoff career high for him.
Then you have Jalen Brunson. He bounced back spectacularly from a shockingly quiet first half where he had only 2 points, and he finished with 19 points in a staggering 14 assists. Add in Mikal Bridges with another 19 points, and Karl-Anthony Towns dominating the paint with 18 points and 13 rebounds. Guys, this isn't just one player getting hot. This is a fully locked-in roster executing on absolutely all cylinders.
But when we look at the other side of the court, the atmosphere gets significantly heavier for Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell put up 26 points and James Harden added 18, but their efforts ultimately fell short. There's just this looming shadow over the Cavs right now. Mitchell had a really slow start, scoring just 7 points in the first half. Now, he did hit a three-pointer with just 0.7 seconds left in the first quarter to give Cleveland a brief lead, but that slow start triggered even more tense questions. Questions lingering from Game 1 about whether Mitchell is secretly battling an underlying injury. When your star player is starting slow in the conference finals, the anxiety on the sideline is basically palpable. And that anxiety brings us to a frankly terrifying historical reality for the Cavaliers. They are now down 2-0 for the second straight round. Take a second to think about that. In the entire history of the NBA, do you know how many teams have overcome multiple 2-0 deficits in a single postseason? 2. That's it, just 2. The 2020-21 Milwaukee Bucks, who went on to win the title, and the 2020-21 LA Clippers, who eventually lost in the West Finals. That is the monumental, almost impossible gravity of the despair Cleveland is facing right now. They are staring up from the absolute bottom of a historical well, and history tells us it is nearly impossible to climb out twice in one playoff run. 68.8%. Wow. To make matters even worse, Cleveland essentially shot themselves in the foot when they actually had a chance to fight back. They managed to cut the Knicks' massive lead down to single digits with just under 8 minutes left in the game. The door was open, but they ruined any chance of a dramatic comeback with dismal execution at the free throw line. They missed 10 crucial free throws in this game, finishing at a devastatingly low 68.8%. Listen, when you are trying to overcome an 18-0 run in a playoff game, you simply cannot leave 10 free points on the floor. It's a killer. That lack of execution is exactly what allowed the Knicks to eventually push their lead all the way back up to 19 points.
Which brings us to the ultimate hanging question. Can the Cavs survive Game 3? The series shifts over to Cleveland on Saturday. The Knicks have won 9 straight, they have the ghosts of 1999 pushing them forward, and players like Josh Hart are just playing out of their minds. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, are battered, facing massive historical odds, and really struggling with their execution. So as we wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with this to chew on. When the lights go on in Cleveland for Game 3, will we see the Cavaliers make a historic stand, or are we simply watching the unstoppable march of the New York Knicks? Thank you so much for exploring this with me, and definitely keep your eyes on the court.